email that out as well if anybody wants it. So. Okay, so stages of play. A lot of our stages of play happen in our first 4 to 5 years of life, but I think it sets the stage for future development as well, so that's why I think it's important to have it in here. For occupied play, in occupied play, the child is not playing, they're just kind of observing or watching other kiddos play. This is pretty elementary level. Solitary play, I can email all this out too if you don't want to try to rush through it. Solitary play, the kiddo is playing alone. They focus on their own activity and they're kind of unaware or uninterested in what people are doing around them. And this is most likely seen in kiddos under the age of 3. Your onlooker, child is watching other kids play. They're interested in what they're doing. They might talk about their play, but they don't fully engage with those other kiddos. And that's really typical in kids ages 2 to 3. Your parallel play is you'll have one kiddo over here playing with blocks, and then you have over here another kiddo playing with dolls, and then over here another kiddo playing house. So they're playing next to each other and near each other, but there's no interaction or like dual play with one another. And we see that a lot in kiddos ages 2.5 to 4 years. Associative play is when these kiddos are interested in playing with others and they'll interact, but the play is not organized at all. It's just kind of a chaotic, crazy mess. And we're seeing that a lot in kiddos ages 3 to 4. And then we have your cooperative play, and that's where it's organized. You have assigned roles. I'm the mom, you're the dad, you're the baby, or I'm the fireman, you're the mailman, whatever. Everyone is engaged in playing the activity, everyone's interested, and it's the beginning of teamwork, and that's where we really see these good social skills coming out. And that's really seen in kiddos about 4.5 to 6 plus. Okay. And then we have different types of play. Functional play is known as practice play. And in this play, they are practicing mental schema by interacting with objects and people, and they enjoy sensory and motor play. A lot of this happens before age 2, and it lasts through later play stages. So this is, we're seeing babies exploring feel and learn books, putting stuff in their mouth all the time, climbing on objects, couches, chairs, riding bikes, that kind of stuff. Your symbolic constructional play is the development of creative play. And this is where they're using materials to create objects. And it starts about when kids are 2 years old, and that's building towers with Legos or blocks, building houses, using Play-Doh to make objects, older kiddos being selective on what color crayons that they're using to play, or putting together model cars and planes, which escapes me because I do not have the patience for that. And if you all do, I applaud you. Symbolic and dramatic play is your pretend play. And this is where they start to master some of those pretend play scenarios about the ages of 3 to 5. This is where they're taking a shoe and pretending it's your telephone. Or they're taking a spatula and pretending it's a gas tank for their pretend car. They're really using things in their household to make sense of stuff. Playing house, farm, zoo, that kind of stuff. And then you've got gameplay, which is your organized play. And that's where you've got rules and logic, social skills. And this is like your school age kiddos would belong. So card games, board games, that kind of stuff, sports. Okay, another one, and I'm not gonna go through this one too much because it is in there, but this is using paint chips and zone regulation. The movie Inside Out is amazing, and if everyone hasn't seen it, go watch it because it's super cute. But it really goes through the different types of emotions. It's very kid-friendly. And this, you use paint chips to kind of identify what zone kids are in. I don't know if schools still do this, elementary schools, like red light, yellow light, green light. Gets used quite a bit, so sometimes kids have a familiarity with this. But you can do on one side of your paint chip all the different zone descriptors, and on the back side, your coping skills. And it's just another tangible thing to put on the fridge or put in a locker or in a desk. So kids say, I'm in the blue zone, I'm feeling really sad. What do I need? I need to ask for a high five or a fist bump or a hug, whatever. Okay, these ones, common themes in play, things we're gonna see a lot. Power and control, anger and sadness, fear, anxiety, confusion, These are themes that kiddos play out. If you give them a lot of that non-directive play, you're gonna see a lot of that stuff played out with miniatures or baby dolls or their blocks or whatever. And then you'll see a lot of the trauma themes as well. Powerlessness, helplessness, fear, isolation, abandonment, harm, danger, that kind of thing. So here's kind of an example of a sand tray. What does this bring about for you guys? What questions, what things would you wonder? What feelings does this elicit for you?
Who's in the middle?
Who's in the middle?
Everybody's out to get me.
Mm-hmm.
Bullying.
Bullying. I feel danger or harm.
Trapped.
Trapped. That's a good one.
The one in the middle has a lot of like armor and protection. I'm like, that might be reading too far into.
No.
It could go the other way, and it could be a teacher with all our students around her.
Yeah.
Time.
Circle time. Oh,
That's how the teacher feels. She's got all these students watching her.
I could never be a teacher ever, especially with little kids. Yeah. So as you can see, when kids are playing, it can bring out a lot of emotions. It can bring out things in us too that we're feeling. Who is this person in the middle? Like, what's going on? Where are they? What's happening? Did this happen before? And these are the kind of things we want to look out for and kind of wonder about. Okay. Okay, I just rushed through those last slides very quickly. Does anyone need me to go through anything else or have any questions, or are we ready to get to playtime? Playtime? Okay. So how do you play in therapy? So choose a method, either directive or non-directive. You always want to introduce your activity. You always want to process and then bring closure to the activity. So explain the rules, explain how much time they're going to have to do it, explain roles if that's needed. Pick your theme that you want to explore. That can be from your treatment goals, it can be from recent behavior, past trauma, things that get brought up from teachers. Mom said, all of a sudden he's really aggressive towards younger brother, I'm not sure what's going on. Those are things we want to focus on. Choose your activity, toys, or objects, and then set boundaries. Boundaries are huge. It's setting boundaries for kids so that they're learning that they have to live within boundaries in their everyday life. It's showing parents and other people involved that kids have boundaries and we're not just having fun and playing all the time. It contains the game a little bit. Otherwise, you could have Play-Doh flung around your room all over the place. So set your boundaries. What can they expect? How long can they play? And is there anything that's off limits? Like, you can play with my miniatures, you are not allowed to play with my Play-Doh today. That's the rules. Or you can play with anything in my room, but you're only gonna play for 10 minutes, and then we're gonna pick up together and move on, okay? Allow freedom and autonomy, and the big thing there is do not interfere. Let them explore and let them play. And then process when you're done. Ask questions, how was that? Let's put it together, clean it up and put it away together, that kind of thing, okay? Okay, so now we get to have some playtime. I'm gonna have you guys take a break for like 5 minutes while I set up the room with different PlayStations. I'm gonna have you guys break up into groups of 4.